Hello. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell, voice-wise, audio-wise, not feeling the best.
Yeah.
Also kind of why Sakamoto's coming out later and is actually now coming out, I think the same day this one's going to come out.
Yeah.
Just because we want to stay on track with only for the next few episodes. And why not give y'all 2 on one day? Bonus.
Exactly.
I don't know.
This is
Kind of where we're at.
It's kind of how it worked out. Both of us are ill, so.
Yeah, not the greatest. You know, it's also pollen season, so.
Oh, true.
Love sinuses.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay, but back at it again. I'm Quincy Lell.
I'm Audrey Williams.
Yeah. Honestly, gonna be real. Kind of mind blank right now. I know what we're talking about today. Do I remember what I wanted to say? No, not one bit. Are we kind of just gonna freeball it and hope something good comes out of this?
Yeah.
Pretty much. So we're talking about Apothecary Diaries.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna talk more, but now someone's gotten into it, which I'm happy for, mind you.
have.
So I'm not gonna spoil past whatever episode you know, hopefully. And if I'm gonna spoil, it's gonna be vague, like, oh, this person is that.
Okay.
Like you know what I mean?
With that.
Like if you've seen it, you might know what I'm getting at, but anyone who hasn't, it's gonna be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. And then we're also gonna talk a little bit about anticipated spring anime. I know there's a roster. There's some stuff that's there.
Yeah.
And that's about it from
there's
what
not
I've
a
seen.
lot that looks like. There's a few that look interesting, but not many.
Yeah, and there's one that I don't care about show-wise that's, like, getting another season, which I'll mention, but, like, only briefly, because I am not gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so, for Apothecary Diaries. It's just good. Like,
It is,
It's
yeah.
so good. Like, anyone who doesn't like it is, like, the worst person imaginable. Because it's like, okay, you have no patience then, because it gets good, like, 2 episodes in. I would say the first episode, but I can understand if people are like, eh.
That's fair.
You know,
yeah, actually,
I do think it starts off strong, but, like, I also get it. It's anime. You're like, dime a dozen. But I like how it's, like, historical fiction, though not, mind you, because it's, like, fake ancient China.
Yeah.
It's not really ancient China. It's
And they start, like, every episode with that, like, this is not based on anything real disclaimer at the bottom. And I'm like, I know.
As if we can't tell
Right.
you were basing it on ancient China. Anyway, it is funny like that.
Yeah.
So it's a little different from, like, Orb, which is historical fiction, right? More so. Anyway, sorry, Orb was on the mind, apparently. But, gotta be real. But, like, the writing is just so good. Like,
It is.
It's kind of like Freerin, where it's, like, slower. Like, it's not, like, modern day where you have to have, like, action scenes in, like, a millisecond to, like, have people pay attention. Like, no, it's not like that. It's just really well-paced, well-written. The characters. Okay, what do you think, as someone who started out recently, what do you think of Maomao?
I love Maomao a lot. She's such a little, like, I was gonna say she's such a little freak, but, like, I mean that in a good way. Like, she's very... I wasn't expecting, the, like... Well, I say it's a twist. It's not really a big twist, I guess, but, like, whenever they go to that garden party with all the ladies in waiting for, it's, like, Gyoko and the rest of them.
Yep.
Along with, like, the other 3 concubines. They go to that garden party, and when she's getting dressed up for it, it turns out she's been putting makeup on to make herself look... Which, like, there's a really bad there's a reason behind, like, her putting makeup on in order to make herself look, like, uglier. I don't think she looks uglier, personally, but...
Yeah, the freckles are kind of cute.
Yeah. I was like, I kind of like them, actually. But, like, that whole, like, twist of, like, them, like... going to put makeup on her and then being like, wait, you have it on. It's just like the reverse.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun. I do like that. It's just, it sucks that, like, the reason she was doing it is to avoid, like, what happened to her. Which is basically, yeah. But, you know, like, outside of all that, the freckles are cute. I like them. I don't know. Maomao as a character, she's really funny because, like, also her being the poison taster is, like, such a good role for her because she just, like, it's so funny every time she, like, tastes something and is like, oh, it didn't have poison in it.
I know. She gets so happy when she gets poison. She's like, oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl.
She's like, thank God, finally, something good to eat. And I'm like, okay, you go off. I love you.
Yeah. Do you know why she has the bandages yet?
Yeah, I think so. It's just because she's, like, been testing poisons and stuff on herself.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
yeah.
that's a good reason to have a bandage on your
right.
arm, is because you just keep stabbing yourself with poison.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And she's like, that, like, whole thing is really interesting, too, because she's just, I say interesting, it's just really funny to me, because, like, I don't know. She's a little freak. I like her.
She's so cute. I also find her so refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't think of a better, like, I'm trying to think of another protagonist in a show, modern, I guess. Mm-hmm. Modern being, like, the past couple years, I guess.
Yeah.
That I like better, that's not from a continuing series, and I can't think of a single one I like better. Like, she just...
I don't think I can either.
She feels so, like, human. Mm-hmm. Which is, like, yeah, that's kind of the point. But, like, some protagonists just don't. I'm like, yeah, that's not realistic.
Yeah.
Like, great for the story, but not, like, not relatable. Whereas Maomao very much is, because she's, like, sarcastic. She's, like... So, I love when she goes into the little cat form.
Yeah.
And she's called Xiaomao, because, you know, Xiaomao in Chinese is little kitten.
Oh, yeah.
And that's because she's acts like a little cat, and it's so cute because I'm like, she gets so happy with anything that's medicinal. I can't talk.
Medicinal.
Yeah, that. Anytime that comes out, and like I know like she's not really like intended to become the apothecary, but like kind of being relied upon now is more fun, I suppose, because she can at least do her magic. Yeah, I also like how it's no magic. Sorry, now that I'm talking about it. I'm like, it's refreshing to follow a story that has, like, a similar realistic world where you do have to solve problems like this. But it's also nice because, like, I'm trying to think. So you've met Li Shua.
Yeah.
Little kid.
Yeah.
Which is just disturbing to think about.
Yeah, because then when they go over, like, the timeline of her being, I think it was the Emperor's concubine when she was 9, and then she's 14 now.
I thought she was, like, yeah, I guess, 14.
Or ish.
Yeah, like, still kind of young. Which is crazy, because when Mama was pictured, it was Ado, who was older. She's like, oh, okay. Right. She's like, there's no... And
then they switched.
And you're like, oh, that's so messed up.
That's bad, yeah.
So, good thing he's dead.
Right.
Kind of messed up there. But anyway.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, say what you were going to say.
I was just saying, so, like, basically, so you knew about, like, how she got the hives from eating the fish. Yeah. So I love how they don't call it an allergy. They describe it, and we know it's an allergy, but they don't. So I like that, too. They don't, like, disconnect they don't break and use common language we would know and assume it would be known then either.
Like, you can deduce what it is, but they don't break that, like, wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you would think... Ooh, sorry. You would think that, like, I don't know, that, like, Maomao would maybe be the one to, like, break that wall and be like, it's an allergy, but it doesn't, because, like, they wouldn't know that terminology for it, so it makes sense. They just call it, like, I think she just describes it as, like, some people can't eat certain things. It's not, like, being picky or anything like that. And, like, she calls it something, other people, like, describe it as poison, I think, which I guess it pretty much is, like, to an individual, but she just is, like, yeah, certain people can't eat certain things, like, I can't eat, I think it was buckwheat that she's allergic to.
Yeah, okay.
And
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
But I believe it.
And it was, like, because I like that it gives you insight as to how, Li Shu's ladies in waiting are very, like, not on her, like, they just do not like her at all, and I feel so bad for her, I'm not gonna lie.
I know, I'm like, you're just a kid raised in this environment, and they just hate you because you're a kid. And it's
they
like,
hate you, and you don't understand the extent to which they're, like, sabotaging you, and it's really upsetting. I'm like, I want better for you, I'm not gonna lie.
No, for real. Speaking of ladies in waiting, I love just one of the things that, ironically, so how I got into Apothecary Diaries isn't because I heard about all this great character writing. It's because I saw a clip of Maomao slapping someone, and it's like, I need to watch.
I need to tune in.
When she slaps, I can think of her name.
I don't know her name.
It's on the table. Yep. Yes,
but not. She doesn't slap Liwa.
No. But Liwa. I was like, it starts with an L, and then so Liwa. The blue, in case you need color, the blue one. Her lady in waiting who basically kept poisoning her, even though she was sick already and almost dying. Yeah, kept putting that. What was it? The makeup with like iron or something in it. It was something. Yeah, deadly.
I don't know if they said what it was. They just call it like poison.
Yeah,
I'm assuming it was lead.
Lead. That's what it is. I was like, it's some sort of bad metal. It was probably lead. Great thing to put on a dying woman.
Right.
Just make it even worse.
Yeah.
just to make her pretty. It's like people who had tuberculosis were always considered beautiful, right? Because they were really freaking pale. And I'm like, that's great.
That's just kind of crazy.
Just encourage everyone to get mortally sick.
It sounds like a good plan.
Great beauty standards. But anyway, but like it still fits the pattern of like realistic, but like
No, I know.
You know what I mean? Like, just it helps sell the world, I feel like, and makes it even more similar to our own, despite things. Which having no like actual terminology that we're familiar with used for classification of all these poisons and problems is refreshing because it helps not break the atmosphere or the imagination, I feel like, because I feel like what helps with this show is like, there's mysteries, but you don't know what's coming next. Like, you can think, oh, it might be this thing, and it's like, that's great. Who knows?
Right.
Because they might not know that either, so that's what also is really cool.
I feel like it steps ahead of me, too, all the time.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
I try and, like, figure out, like, okay...
Yeah.
Because I know it's something that I could, like, figure out if I tried, but, like, there was that one scene of, what was it? It was when Maomao tasted poison at, the garden party, and she, like, was trying to figure out who did it, and she put that, like, I think it was flour on the bowl or something like that to reveal the fingerprints. I was like, I wouldn't have thought they were doing
for real.
that.
I was like, fingerprints are always a thing you want to look for. I feel like because we just grow up with that knowledge, right, with, like, police shows and everything. But it's like, I wouldn't have thought to use flour.
Yeah.
I would have been like, where's a duster?
Right.
Like, just immediately start dusting, and it's like, yes, if there's gonna be a duster around here, what did they keep that for? And I'd probably accidentally touch it, too.
Yeah.
If it was me, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, let me just touch it. Leave my fingerprints on it, too. But, like...
It's just, it was cool the way they, like, she figured it out. Like, the placement of the fingerprints, too, was important. I was like, okay, yeah, y'all are...
Yeah. It's kind of like Perry Mason me, where it's like, if you've ever watched it, you're like, or maybe not, maybe I'm just weird. So you want to try and solve it, because, you know, like, they leave hints, but, like, they won't, it's kind of like, I want to say it's like Scooby-Doo, because Scooby-Doo is still easier. Like, when Velma's like, oh, it's him, obviously, because he did this, that, and there. And it's like, oh, sure, that's why. But like, you could reasonably solve that, though. Because it's more, you know, kid-oriented, that kind of mind brain. Whereas Perry Mason's more sophisticated, and sometimes you can figure it out, but most part, you're like, I don't even know how it happened until, like, Perry explains it at the end, and I'm like, oh, just fine.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yep, that makes sense. Totally do that all the time. So Maomao's definitely, like, just enjoyable to watch. I again, can't think of a better protagonist for the show. And also it's nice, again, because anime has this tendency to do things where female characters aren't represented very well. So it's nice to have a protagonist and all the female characters represented very well.
Exactly. And I like that, I saw somebody else point this out because I was going through, like, Tumblr to look at, like, more stuff for the show, but, like, I like how Maomao is very, somebody described her as being, like, a girl's girl a little bit. Which is, I love that, because, like, with that trope of her, like, I mean, there is a reason behind it that would be, like, different, I guess, from other anime, but with her, like, covering her face with makeup and everything, you would think that she would fall into the trope of, like, not hating the concubines and, like, the women in the brothels and stuff, but, like, being kind of weird about them, like, not respecting their work, but no, she does. She's very, like...
grounded, I feel like.
She's a very grounded character, and I like that about her.
Yeah, for sure. Like, especially because she's, like, does not put up with Genji whenever he tries to get her. It's so funny, because it's, like, okay, you probably haven't gotten to the part, but there's more information about Genji and his, like, why he's even here, like, right, like, who is he kind of vibe. Like, sure, he's the guy at the rear palace making sure the concubines stay loyal to the emperor, but it's like, okay, but who is he? So there's a little more later on about that.
There is something that I've guessed about.
Oh, really? Okay, go for it.
I feel like... Well, okay, I did look this up, so I cheated a little bit. Okay. But, like, him... Like, when I first saw Oddwo, I was like, okay, that's Jinshi.
Yeah, like, you can tell right away.
They're definitely related. Like, I just don't know, like, anything other than that. Like, I know they're related.
Okay.
But I don't know, like, again, like, why he is at the rear palace and everything like that. I was just like, I saw her face and I'm like, okay, yeah, something's up with that.
Yeah. It gets really intriguing. And I want to say more, but I can't.
Yeah.
But, like, anyway. So I feel like it also does a really good job of, like, showing relationships, like, Maomao and her fellow women at the brothel that she was from, even just, like, again with her and, like, the other ladies in waiting with Gyokyo. It's just nice because, like, obviously she feels like a little the odd one out, but, like, not really, right? No one ever makes her feel that way. It's, like, her own tendency to just be alone. Right. Sorry, my head's in circles. But, like, also, like, okay, I think one of my favorite characters, which isn't hard, Gaoshin, he's just such a vibe. Yeah. This poor man gets put through the works following Jinji around. Like, I'm like, Gaoshin, you deserve better, but, like, man, you need a pay raise, like, dealing with both Jinji and Maomao. Yeah. Like, and I love his little nickname for her, Xiaomao. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. Like, this...
Him immediately also, like, going to Maomao and being like, hey, you need to, like, tone down the, like, disgusted faces you're putting at Jinshi because he likes it.
Yeah, man's a masochist.
Feels weird. I don't want to see that anymore.
He's
I'm like, yeah, that's real.
Yep. Like, you need to, like, cut it out in the sand.
Yeah. And she's immediately like, okay, I got it. Because she don't want to see him being a freaky thing. I'm like, yeah, that's real.
And you haven't met another character I like. And he's not there for long. I mean, he's there for, like, his own arc, right? Mm-hmm. But I really... Okay. This is going to be really bad. Don't remember his name. But that's a good thing, because I'm not supposed to say it anyway. Mm-hmm. But, like, I love, like, me a good sociopath. And if you know, you know.
Okay.
And he's really well written. Like, because you get to kind of see what he looks and sees the world as. Mm. Which is just cool.
Okay.
For what little you get of him. Anyway. And his story, I think it's like it's in the 20s. But the conclusion of his story is just so beautiful. Like, man deserves that. Man deserves the happiness he receives in the end. Mm-hmm. Don't remember his name. Probably good. Because I don't want to spoil anyway.
Yeah.
But, honestly, just I feel like everything Apothecary Diaries has works for it. Like, also, like, I know it's not, like, again, Mappa tier, but the animation is very beautiful and crisp. Yeah. And the score, man, the score is really good. So freaking good. You can listen to it, like, outside of the show and it'd be amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's kind of really all just ranting and raving about, hey, check it out if you haven't. Yeah. It's, like, it's worth it. It's like Fury. Like, it's slower paced, but not, like, nothing's happening. Right. It's just, like, it lets it breathe. Like, it lets the story breathe and gives it time to explore everything. Mm-hmm. But onto anticipated anime. Yeah. Unsurprisingly, there's things continuing, like One Piece, Apothecary Diaries, because we get another double, I guess, 24 set for the second season as well. It's also really good. If you want incentive to continue, there's another slap coming. Ooh. It's worth it. Mm-hmm. It's worth it. Another show I'm coming back for second season that I'm happy about is Windbreaker, a second core, or like season 2, whatever. It's 12 episodes. Mm-hmm. I'm happy because it's just fights. It's just really well animated fights, and I'm like, that's kind of all I need sometimes. Sometimes I just need to watch some action.
Sometimes you just need to sit back.
And it has good characters, fun vibes. Mm-hmm. That's kind of all I need. And then, what else?
Vigilantes for My Hero is coming out, which I might watch it. I don't know. It's not that I'm like against it or anything, because I remember when I read like some of Vigilantes, I liked it more than the original series.
And I remember dropping it either way.
Yeah, that was the thing, is that like I read it and I liked it more than the original series at first, and then like I don't even think I stopped reading it because I didn't like it anymore. It was just like I was kind of not interested.
No, same.
But I don't know, it looks like I like the art style of it a lot. I think, like, from what I've seen, because I think they released, like, some trailer for it, and it looks cool. I just don't know if I'm gonna... I
like the mentor. I just remember liking him. He was fun. The random mentor, what's-his-face protagonist stumbles across. I don't remember any of their names.
I don't remember either.
But I just remember that one scene, I think it was, like, a little bit before I dropped the manga. It's probably gonna be animated because it was so early on. But I remember that one scene where like he's like trying to fight some like villain or whatever, and Aizawa comes in and is like, "You can't use your quirk in the middle of nowhere." And then he's like, "Oh, never mind. Let me just peace out," because the guy's quirkless. And I'm like, "This is what Deku should have been. Yeah, like, this is what I needed." Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I'll definitely tune into the first episode, and then like if I like it.
Yeah, for sure. That. Like, tune in. Especially because, again, not much happened in this season. Yeah. I know Fire Force is coming back for, like, season 3, 4... Another season. I don't know. I don't watch it. I know it's fun and all, but, like, I've never felt the need to watch it, so there's that. Mm-hmm. Maybe I will because I'm bored to death. I don't know. But the only other thing that we kind of saw that might look interesting is Lazarus. It's a new one, but it's from Mappa, which ripped the animators. Yeah. Hopefully they're getting better treatment, but... Anyway, the director of Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo, and apparently we just saw this. Who else?
It's like a director from John Wick is going to be working on like some of the action scenes, I believe.
Which that'll be interesting. Match made in heaven. Him and the Cowboy Bebop director, and with Mappa. Although it's weird, I couldn't find it on Crunchy, so we looked it up. Apparently, it's going to be airing on Adult Swim.
Yeah, which like. I'm not opposed to it, it's just weird because I don't think the only other one recently that I've heard doing that is Uzumaki.
Yeah, but...
Which is not a great example, but like...
Yeah.
But, you know, it's weird to like not that that'll like tank the quality of it or anything, it's just interesting.
It's just weird because it's like, do you want it to be inaccessible? Because I feel like most people aren't gonna look at for Adult Swim in their first... Like, again, I was thinking, like, if not Crunchy, then, like, Netflix, Hulu, or High Dive. Apparently none of those.
Right.
But, not that Adult Swim is bad, I just feel like lately it's not been a hub for anime.
Yeah, really.
As unlike what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
but...
Well,
anyway.
I'll be on Adult Swim when it comes out, I guess. I don't... Yeah.
I still want to check it out. We'll see if I ever do, but...
Right.
Anywho, that's kind of pretty much it. Again, check out Apothecary Diaries if you haven't. It's definitely worth it, and it's still airing, so you can catch up. I think, I don't know how many episodes it's got. Probably like 35.
I think it's 35.
Yeah, I think it's 35, because I think we're on like the 11th episode for a lot of shows right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll probably have like a full 12, so a full 36 to binge if you want to, and then wait for the next 12 that'll come out immediately after.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho, next episode will be our final One Piece miniseries episode.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably be talking about, I don't know, like non-canon stuff, like, or like adaptations, like One Piece live action, the movies, the Wit adaptation of the One Piece remake.
Yeah.
Which hopefully we'll get more news for this year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know, I'm just like, any more One Piece, I'm happy for it. As long as it's done well.
Exactly. I was gonna say that Wit remake. I'm intrigued about.
I'm so hyped for that. I'm hoping it does well so they keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm also excited to learn any about the voice cast because I'm like, obviously they need as great as the goats are, like they're old.
Yeah.
And I would like, you know what I mean? Like if you're gonna remake it, you might as well get a new voice cast as well, in my opinion. But anyway, that's also just me thinking of like, you know, Frankie's voice actor in the sub is officially gone, retired, which fair enough. Man needs it. Man deserves it.
Yeah.
Up there. Anyway, not the point.
Right.
Might as well talk about One Piece next time. And then we'll have like maybe 1 or 2 more episodes left of this season. But that's it. Thanks for watching.